The people of Greenland would love to become a state of the United States of America.
Despite the cold weather, hundreds of Greenlanders have gathered in capital Nuuk. They are planning to march to the U.S. consulate in the suburbs of the city. They protest U.S. President Donald Trump, who would like to annex their country.
Does anyone remember when Don Jr. said that the people of Greenland welcomed a MAGA takeover because he and his cronies decided to pay a few homeless people to wear MAGA hats? Well, it appears after Trump's latest disparagement of the sovereign territory, they are sending quite a message.
Dear Mr. Trump, I'm speaking to you from the heart because that's how I communicate, and I really hope you'll listen. Today was a big day in Greenland. Our people came together today, marching peacefully to say, enough. Enough of your talk of taking over our land. Enough of the way you speak about Greenland as if it is something to be claimed, bought, or controlled. My family, my siblings, their children, my cousins, their children, along with the rest of the people of Greenland, just want to live in peace without the shadow of your threats, because that is what it is, a threat. It may not feel like one to you, sitting where you are, powerful and untouchable. But to us, the people who have called this land our home for thousands of years, who have survived in the Arctic through wisdom, resilience, and deep respect for the land, your words are not just words. They are a reminder of a long history of outsiders trying to take what is not theirs.
That's right, protests took place in Greenland recently against the policy of US President Donald Trump after he reiterated his want to annex territory last week. Trump told NATO Secretary General Mark Rutte that the US needs the island for, quote, international security, and even went as far to insist that Rutte himself would help acquire the land, to which Rutte quickly distanced himself from.
Greenland. What is your vision for the potential annexation of Greenland and getting them potentially
Well, I think it'll happen, and I'm just thinking, I didn't give it much thought before, but I'm sitting with a man that could be very instrumental. You know, Mark, we need that for international security, not just security, international. We have a lot of our favorite players, cruising around the coast, and we have to be careful. And we'll be talking to you. It's a very appropriate, really a very appropriate question.
Thank you very much. North, so the Arctic. So what you did. So when it comes to Greenland, yes or not joining the US, I would leave that outside for me this discussion because I don't want to drag NATO in that.
And Denmark is not able to do that. You know, Denmark's very far away and really has nothing to do. What happens? A boat landed there 200 years ago or something, and they say they have rights to it. I don't know if that's true. I don't think it is, actually. But we've been dealing with Denmark, we've been dealing with Greenland, and we have to do it. We really need it for national security. I think that's why NATO might have to get involved in a way, because we really need Greenland for national security. It's very important. You know, we have a couple of bases on Greenland already, and we have quite a few soldiers, and maybe you'll see more and more soldiers go there. I don't know. What do you think about that, Pete? So, don't answer that, Pete. Don't answer that, Clay. But we have bases, and we have quite a few soldiers in Greenland.
And as a result, around 1,000 people gathered for a protest in the capital of Greenland, Nuuk, and this is the largest rally in the history of the island. In total, the population of Greenland is around 57,000 people, with Nuuk having only 19,000 people. So this number for a protest is rather significant and just further reiterates how despised our current president is over there, that he motivated people to stage the largest rally in their history just to tell him, nah, mate. And there were also protests in other areas of Greenland, in Sisimiut, the second largest city in Greenland. Sorry if I butchered the pronunciation there. And in attendance was the leader of the Liberal Party, who shared a quote that I thought was quite poignant, and I would just wish that more Americans would feel the same way. He said, "We have many different views on many issues, but we are all united in this," and with the "this" being against an authoritarian egomaniac trying to take over their land.
And the hot topic here has been President-elect Trump's comments about buying this Danish territory. Take a listen.
A lot about Trump and also their opinion about Trump.
I hate it. And basically, I don't know what he's aiming at.
Me personally, I want to stick with Danish government.
Well, most of the people that we talked with said that they did not support Trump's comments and found them offensive.
And this message was echoed across the board, with most of Greenland's politicians issuing sharp rebukes of Donald Trump's renewed calls to annex it. But as I've said on previous videos, right, it's not just the people of Greenland who wish Trump would divert his focus elsewhere. It's actually the people of America who are wanting Donald Trump to divert his focus inward to the issues plaguing Americans who are watching their 401ks plummet while he spins a globe and says, "Yeah, I want that one."
No Virginian, when I was on the campaign trail last November, was talking to me about Greenland or the Panama Canal or wanting to make Canada the 51st state. They were talking about bringing inflation down, and that's what Donald Trump said he would do.
Do you support the annexation of Canada and/or Greenland? And this is a yes or no question. I don't want you to wander off into the woods. I don't want to hear about your latest week in your office. Okay, so I'm trying to get your opinion on this as a yes or no. Do you support Trump on annexing Canada or Greenland? And do you like the way he treats the premier or the president of Canada, calling him governor? Is that the way you do as a diplomat?
His last concern seems to be with the very people that he promised he'd make their life easier and more affordable. And it's unfortunate, but we are once again in the find out stage of Conman 2.0.
Greenland is not a piece of property. It is our home. It is our past, our present, and our future, and we will protect it. I hope this makes it absolutely clear. We do not want to be Americans. We are Greenlandic. We have our own identity, our own culture, and our own way of life, and we will not allow that to be erased or taken from us. So hear us when we say enough. Respectfully, Tupannak.
I've been in Spokane for 39 years from New Jersey. I've never been involved in politics before, but this is getting really scary. Okay, so the things that frighten me is the way this insane president talks about Canada as a 51st state. Taking Panama by force and buying Greenland. How does this person qualify as sane? Why is he not being impeached right now?
I understand this room is different than the rest of Eastern Washington, but you guys, you are. So I think, and I'm not saying you're being, I'm not saying you're being disingenuous in your heart of hearts, but you have a perception that America is spiraling to some kind of constitutional crisis. Yeah. And by and large, while I would have some disagreements with President Trump on some things like tariffs and some other issues, by and large, what people of America see, what people of Eastern Washington see, is President Trump delivering on his promises. And so,
can't get enough Meidas? Check out the Meidas Plus Substack for ad-free articles, reports, podcasts, daily recaps from Ron Filipkowski, and more. Sign up for free now at MeidasPlus.com.